Okay, so we have the reset almost finished, and then we can just have some fun with some special effects. So I need to get between, let's see, done, 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 done. Oh, it's changing it each time. Bummer. All right, I need to, I hate rolling. Why do I have to roll this creature? So the problem that's happening, because I haven't tried the rolling thing before, is I need to have a new asset each time I move it. That's really annoying. But how can I do that quickly? Well, it's annoying, but I do this. And this shows you kind of how the process works. So I'll duplicate that layer for the frame, but then I need to select all my frames, which will now have that new layer added into them, and turn that off after all frames are selected. And then I go back to the frame I actually want, and I put it back in. Well worth it, right? So maybe I'll rethink. I know what I can do. Ha, genius. All right. Instead of panning back so far, fewer frames are the answer. I'm trying to get to here. Oh, I've messed that all up now. Let's see. There we go. So I'm trying to get to here. I am going to make this one frame. Let's see. It's going to pan right to here. So where is that? Let's see. So what's a landmark there for me? So I want to find the panning where it stops right there. It's about there. All right, so let's see, that's number, you see me trying to problem solve right now. That's number 67. Cuts right, maybe I'm too far. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, so from 67 on, I get rid of these frames. So it pans right to here. And then I'm going to turn on, make a duplicate, a creature element, walking. So let me see. Oh, nope. All right, so the answer is I save it, and I do have to go back to my assets if I want to bring the creature in, whether it can roll or not. There's a lot of patience involved. So I'm rolling it back. All right, so we're here. So now I'm going to open up, where's my assets folder? Here we go. And I need to build some new layers to bring in, unfortunately. And the reason we have to do it in assets here is because once I've already made my frames, I can't add new layers easily. I can, but I'd spend a lot of time like deleting them from the other frames. So, and I can't just modify what I already have. So the only asset I need to work with is the creature here. There he is, the creature core. So I'm going to make a duplicate of it, and I'm going to start rolling it backwards. Make a duplicate, roll it backwards. So going back to basics here. Make a duplicate, roll it backwards. Make a duplicate, roll it backwards. And it's good to do this project. You figure out if you ever want to do animation in your life. I remember in art school, in the third and fourth year, you choose your specialization, and I chose editorial illustration. And I always loved cartooning, and I did a lot of cartooning, but I didn't like animating. And my friends that went into animation, which was early digital animation at that time, using programs like Alias and Maya, they spent months just trying to get a 10-second reel done. Months of doing little tests like this. It's so much easier now, but it is always about kind of problem solving and finding new ways to do it. All right, so I've got this whole new sequence. I'm going to select all those layers and bring them together into this. And I want to make sure it goes on top. Yes, right there. So I have all those layers selected. I drag and drop them on. Because they're all selected, I move them into place. It doesn't look like I needed nearly as many as I created. It was a bummer. I have a nice little roll going there, but okay. And now they're in every frame of my animation, right? So now I need to delete them from every other frame. So I select every other frame by holding down Shift and then turn them off for every other frame. And my animations should still work as normal, but when I get to here, I can now kind of program it in. So I'm going to make this first frame has, I don't even need these three. First frame is just going to have this, that little piece, and then I make a duplicate, and then it's going to have this, and then I make a duplicate, and it's going to have this, and then I make a duplicate. That's so I was being a little lazy and not using my assets, trying to do it all with existing layers, but you can see how that can be problematic. So let's play that through. There, it kind of rolls in, and then it starts over. Let's play it through again, see if I can tighten it up. That actually works okay. And the problem is, of course, I have little artifacts, so how do I delete little artifacts from the different layers? Like this. Oh, I just cut it up, didn't I? Trying to go too fast. And the little artifact is just over here, a little haze that I need to get rid of in each layer. Now remember, when you make changes, like you make a delete to a layer, that will affect every frame where that layer appears. So frames are very different than layers. Frames are just programming the eye on these. Okay, so that roll works. Wouldn't it be nice if that roll also had some dust kind of kick up? Right. So how can you do that? Well, you can do that with assets, of course. And I have some foreground dust here. And I can bring that layer over. And I can decide when I actually want that dust to be in there. And maybe I just want it on top of everything always. And now, just as simple as that, I was able to put dust on every frame of my animation in the foreground. But maybe I want extra dust here, right? And there's a few ways I can do that. First of all, for all the frames, I don't have to just use the dust in the way that I did. So this is like a texture fill for every frame. I can use it at a different opacity. I can set it, at a different blending mode, so the dust kind of brightens it up. I can make it more opaque in some frames and less opaque in others. So for every frame, I'm going to set it, let's see, a little bit lighter. It's just faintly there. But then, in the frames where he's rolling in, so maybe I'll let the dust clear in these frames. I'll take it down a little bit. Take it down a little bit more. Take it down even more. You can set the opacity of individual layers in each frame too. Let it fade in and out. So that dust becomes kind of a dynamic animated component. And you can do that with anything. See how that looks? So you can see how the dust kind of flickers in and out now. So now it's all about kind of fine-tuning, getting exactly what you want. I want the dust to pick up a little bit and be pretty strong right when he's there. Okay. So let's see how that transition works at the end.